Добрый вечер. Я снова вернулась в студию.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back at the studio, and first of all, I'd like to introduce my great co-speakers, and second, great topic. We will be discussing, look at the guys at the studio, and guess what we are gonna discuss? Looking at Alexei Lukatsky, you might think that we'd be discussing information security A to Z, but it won't be so. And looking at Alexander Antipov, you would probably think that, again, it's basics, but backwards, Z to A. But this is also not true. We will be discussing the memes of informational security. Alexei Lukatsky, business consultant, will be with me. I don't know what is his attitude to memes, but he will tell us. And Alexander Antipov, Positive Technologies, main editor for Security Lab portal. Hello. Hello. You are sad. Why are you so sad? We are talking memes. Where are the memes? They should not be funny, right? It should not definitely be funny. We had a dynamic meme about me in the channel, right? Yeah. But mostly, I'd like to talk to you about as bloggers. Don't call us bloggers. Why? Well, this is an insult. Okay. Then we will just beep all the insults over, okay? Fine. Did your blog PP audience grow after you're being banned from and after the prohibition of some of the social networks in Russia? Well, let me answer. That's going to be a surprise. The answer is, well, it definitely did, because the content consumers want, or the influencers. We are influencers. Oh, okay. We are influencers. I thought the readers are influencers. No. The ones reading you are just the consumers. So you are the influencers. Okay, call me influencer. Good. So until recently, we were mostly popular for our social networks, Facebook, Twitter, prohibited in Russia. Yes, with all the disclaimers. Yeah, Alexei is an experienced influencer, so he knows what he needs to mention. But after the social networks were closed, the audience has consolidated and moved to Telegram, and the Telegram audience has grown tremendously. Since the beginning of the year, my channel grew from 27 to 43,000 subscribers. Since when? Since the beginning of the year. Yeah, that's a lot. Do you have anything to boast about? Brag. Well, in absolute numbers, no, but relatively, I grew 2.5 times. He grew less than 2 times, and I grew more than 2.5 times. Well, 20 and 40, I'm rounding up, so it's 2 times. Okay, 1.5, 1.8. Okay, doesn't matter. 1.8. So objectively, even previously, my number of subscribers was not super high. Well, it's shameful for me, because he thinks 40 is not enough. I only have 15,000. You need to learn to manipulate the statistics. I have only organic growth, and he is manipulating. You don't want to tell the absolute numbers. Okay, so everyone went to Telegram. What happened to your blog, Alexei? I know it's been read by a lot of people, like the encyclopedia of cybersecurity. Are there now less readers? Well, for the blog, the statistics is a complex thing, because I switched platforms. It was in November of the last year. Wow, it feels for me like ages. Yeah, I celebrate 1 year in a week. So it's hard for me to discuss the statistics. And I mostly write for myself. And you are not an influencer then? Yeah, agreed. Just not an influencer. But in Telegram, yeah, we grew from 6 to 15,000. And this is surprising to me. And I'd like to tell you that posts in your Telegram channel creates a lot of requests from the media. Like recently, you posted something, and 30 seconds after that, I got a call from my fellow journalists who were asking me about this hack that happened. Something has been hacked. And then I looked at your channel and I understood where it came from. Well, this is a positive story, and sometimes we have some negative stories when I write something, but instead of, well, yeah, the reaction is different, so we won't mention it. Yeah, but it's still important to me. Okay, tell me, what do you do with your publications? Do you change format? How do you assess the current audience? I understood everything about you. You're not an influencer. You just write as it goes, correct? Everyone else have to adapt. No, everyone else has to just have fun. Adapting is not needed. If I am, if I'm okay, then everyone's okay. Well, on the one hand, I define my publication policy, and if I think something is important, then I send it and post it. But what about the independent journalism? I don't consider myself a journalist. I don't think C Club is a media, and I don't think I'm a blogger, same as Alexei. One of you is not a blogger, the other one is not a journalist, even though he is called the chief editor. Well, journalism in cybersecurity is a little bit different. The users, they relate differently to what we say. The more relevant the information is, the more they read it, and the reactions, the likes and comments come accordingly. As during the last half a year was all connected, of course, with obvious events, of course I have to write about it. And I don't have to. Okay, telling the truth, tell me, what is the feeling you get from, the amounts of likes, the amount of likes growing? Well, I like them. If I don't get enough likes, I think that I'm mistaken. I thought that the news will be interesting. Well, what is what? I had news with more than 2,000 comments and like 500 likes, and I think it's a lot. Because most of the people, if you look at, I don't know, 50, 100,000 people audience, they don't like to interact. Most of the people just read. Okay, and with you, I only follow one like. And Telegram, there's a brown ice cream looking reaction, and I prohibited it. I just banned it. Well, I like it. It shows. Under each and every post, I have 2 or 3 of those. So when I don't get any, people even tell me that you don't have that sign, that shit sign. So I have 2 or 3 followers who add this thing after each and every post. Do you know who they are? I don't care. I don't count the likes because I'm a mathematician. So in terms of mathematics, out of 15,000, 100 likes or 150 likes, this is not statistically significant. But what do you write for? I just write for myself. I write, as Zhvanetsky said, like you need to write and you need to pee. Both words sound similar in Russian, just with different parts of the word stressed. You need to pee and you need to write when you can no longer do without it. So it's the same, instead of writing just for myself, I can come back to what I've written because it's on the internet. So it's your archive in the Telegram. Yeah, I do backups, of course. So for you, it's a journal. Yeah, Anyway, yeah,
все равно не верю. Мне кажется, ты сейчас манипулируешь и
I'm not sure I believe you. I think you're manipulating. You're following the shitty reactions, right? Yeah. But if it wasn't pleasant to me, I would have removed those likes or those reactions. I don't touch them. I see that this amount growing 2.5 times, meaning that people have fun reading my stuff, and then you just create more stuff, right? Yeah, absolutely. It's the three most popular posts for this year from you. Well, the most popular I have is taken from Alexei. Well, the post is mine, but it was actually quoted as C Club, but I actually took the idea from Alexei. So was it? Did he steal something from you? No. It's the use of the same information source. I think the author was originally something else, like city council, city court. And Alexei said, but I learned it from Alexei. It was not a popular post for me. I saw the wave everywhere, and it started with me, and I'm really ashamed of that because the post was not very good. It raised some questions. Maybe it was not the VPN and not the messenger everyone mentioned, and maybe not about the Earth, right? Well, I think you relate to different things. It may be that the answer is different, but it is important to people, and thousands of people who read this on C Club, they were worried about it. Now, that was an issue. My blog, when Alexander was reposting it, more people came to him to read it than to read it in original in my blog. So he knows better how many people read my posts than I do. Well, the second one was, I think, all the posts about the special operation and hacker attacks. There was a lot of them. I don't know which was the most popular. It was attack after attack. They tried to turn off the bridge or the fridge. In March, Alexei, by the way, the hackers tried to turn off the fridge and just to damage the frozen chicken. And I think that no one suspects that this can be done by hackers. Currently, the fridges are no frost. Oh, they changed the temperature. Okay. Don't switch the subject. Don't change the topic. What is the post number 3? There's a lot of them. I remember only the top one. Alexei, here. I only have one because it's easy to remember, and it happened just roughly a month ago. I think you know what the post is. Yeah, okay, let's switch to another one. So it's not based on the amount of likes and views, but based on the reaction it caused. Okay, I got it. So what does the popularity depend on? On the subject, on how you pushed it? I think it's trivial, but maybe you did some jokes about some topic and it worked, or well, C Club is a news source, unlike Alexei's resource. I talk about the events, and 2 lines are the social networks and the site. So for the site, the main traffic is usually static, day to day. And it's mostly driven by recommendation algorithms. It's Yandex and Google. Google now gives more. Previously, it was Yandex. So for the VPN post, Yandex was driving it. For Google, no one knows. No one knows how Google works. So you say that, it's AI, right? Yeah, you need to be thinking like most of people. If we talk Telegram, then most of the Telegram traffic is static users that are subscribed to. So most traffic is given by the channels who repost you. Same for Alexei, same for me. And we could have millions reposting you. A huge channel. Then, of course, your post will be read by significantly more people. It's like 1 billion Chinese cannot be mistaken. Yeah. I think the same is true for Alexei. Okay. Do you know what you look like? I don't know. Okay, we didn't talk to you. It looks like the story that I read about Agatha Christie. I was writing detective stories, and I read an article about her saying that because of her, we got Daria Dontsova, a famous detective writer of Russia, because she was creating the detective stories that finally were interesting to Daria Dontsova. And she knew that she needs, I don't know, 18 British pounds to purchase the curtains and fix the roof. And her works, I like Agatha Christie, but her work was monetized, and it was she even has a piece when something was the plot was ended just because she reached the needed amount of pages. Same about the audience. 1 billion Chinese cannot be mistaken. Hundreds of thousands of British people cannot be mistaken, and thus we get Daria Dontsova. Well, I cannot agree. I don't follow the audience. I looked at some portal like Free University that has some information. Russian hackers have hacked the White House. But this is something I will never allow myself. Of course, if you read it and research it, it was not hackers, they were not from Russia, they did not crack anything. It was unavailable for 5 minutes because of DDoS attack, and such things would work. But if I keep, creating such titles, more people will read it. Alexei, what's your attitude to clickbait? I don't have titles. You can have the first line. Well, in Telegram it doesn't work. In the blog, I create clickbait titles, and in Telegram, no. Unlike Alexander, even though he says he does not have a media, well, in my opinion, it's definitely a media. It's called flexibility of position. He just didn't get some status yet, and afterwards you'd be afraid. C-Club is the only IT resource in the registry for informational distribution agents. It's only Harbor and C-Club there. So I write what I want. And what about the ethics? Do you think about the waves created by your stone? Well, depending on, judging from what comes, or what follows, I don't. Sometimes I really don't, yeah. But in general, if you look all the time at where the shit will come from, no, you won't be writing. Okay, but I have a story when in the university my teachers, for me you are my mentors, and even though you are not an influencer, you are not a media, you are influencing. One of my teachers in the university said that the journalism, I don't know about the modern journalism, but the old journalist had to educate the audience. The journalist should know more and, carry important information, important knowledge to the masses. So what do you think about it? Do I follow all the bullshit I write? Do I, filter it? Because there are people who read you like, like a guru. I think it's 50-50. 50% is joking posts, like memes, and other 50% are about something that is really cybersecurity related. So I'm trying just to balance between the, bringing the education and knowledge and light, and also just bringing fun. So you mentioned the memes, and you mentioned the younger people. Next generation, clip thinking, they like the memes. But I don't think anything lands with them, anything significant. But okay, if you work with a young audience, and you both have very young audience, by thinking of what works for them, can such a complex topic as cybersecurity be packed in this way? My opinion is that yes, it can be done, but it requires a lot of work. So to write for the youngsters who are not deep into cybersecurity, you definitely need to decipher everything. In our industry, I think only Vlad Bezmali was writing those tales about cybersecurity. He took the mission of simplifying all those very complex things. And I tried a number of times, but I understood it's too complex. And my decision was to keep writing what I do as I do. For the professionals, it works fine. For the non-professionals, maybe it doesn't. And following the youngsters to just do everything in a very simplified form, too much for me. Alexander, and what about you? Do you fight for your audience? Well, I think memes we understand differently, and in my understanding, a meme lives his own life, like Lurkmore. There was a resource, an aggregator of memes. I tried to enter it today, and it's closed. And I only remember one meme by Cyclops, with a user being asked on a forum, can you show me how this command works? But instead of the command, he just showed the source code. So I think it's the only meme we created. I think that those are things that users replicate, and even the creators of the meme do not remember it. Like, you create a picture, there's a lot of collections of memes that are not actually memes because no one is reposting them. Okay, let's go into definitions. For example, we talk about some teaser, replicator, teasers, such smart words. It's a definition of meme. So we are talking about some short message that precedes a longer message and includes some thought, maybe a key thought. And imagine it's in video format or text format, but it needs to be humorous. So a meme, let's call it a meme. If you use such a thing to,
прочтений, интерес. Или
you
ничего не
know,
меняется, и вот
to
прям написал
send
серьезную
your
статью о
message?
антибиотиках,
Does it
но
change
прочитали
something?
7 тысяч. Написал серьезную статью и приляпал к ней
Now,
вот эту
if
штуку, все равно 7 тысяч.
you write a serious article with or without that thing, does it change the audience, the amount of readers? Well, for content consumers, most users just look at the title and the announcement. Most of the people would just make their conclusions because of that. It's different for Alex. The news itself can be read by maybe 10%, and the world is changing fast, so if you read everything, you cannot read all the news, right?
Поэтому, да,
поэтому заголовок главный. Вот если вот вы зайдете сейчас на Seclab, да, вот
And
я
if you go to C
очень
Club,
многие заголовки, они сделаны, они он должен
most of the
сделать, человек должен
titles
желание прочитать эту новость. То есть, но при этом
should
он не должен
create a
желтый слой,
desire
либо там какое-то вранье быть и так далее. То есть я не называю это желтым.
by the person to read it. And I don't think it's
В больших изданиях сидит специальный человек,
really,
да, который
you know,
создается
something wrong.
для новостей.
In
Это,
big
это
media,
нормально абсолютно.
it's just,
Конечно, такую новость будут читать больше. Хотя потому
know,
что этот
special people doing this, and it's a good thing.
Мы вернулись
контекст,
к этому самому, к беседе про клик.
Okay, so we're going back to clickbaits.
кликбейт. Ну,
I would not call those things clickbaits.
Манипуляция заголовками.
Well, it's manipulating the titles, right?
Да.
25 years ago, oh my god, yeah, when I just started writing articles, I bought a program creating the titles. You give her the keywords, and it's not an AI, it's, you know,
Вот это была
Что за программа
классная.
такая чудесная?
Я не помню,
well-known
где-то в России разработанная.
titles,
Для
well-known
журналистов и так далее.
aphorisms, and it was just created for the journalists.
Генератор для заголовков.
Ну,
We
и
had a
Bing,
bullshit generator for the titles. So yeah, bingo, yeah.
Выбираешь куски,
Да,
и в
но, а
серединке
там именно
получается.
она имела большую базу, из которой
Yeah,
она
but
выбирала
this program, it had a huge database with, you know,
это
popular
работало, но
phrases,
в какой-то
and it
момент
worked.
Ты понимаешь, что, опять же, когда ты пишешь статью...
But at some point in time, you
у тебя
understand that
опыт правильных заголовков. А когда ты...
your experience is better. Your experience, you know,
Поэтому тут такой
gives you
в зависимости
gives you
от
better
задачи.
quality.
Ты
So
кликаешь,
depending on the tasks,
просто
if you
зайти
just
туда
need
и
the
убедиться, что
clicks,
оно не про то, что в заголовке, это одно. Если надо прочитать статью, это другое.
you can create such a title, but you
Это
know,
третья история. Тут
might
всё
be
зависит от
damaging.
задачи.
Поняла. У
And
меня есть предложение
if you
поэкспериментировать.
don't have such a goal,
And
it's different. Let's experiment.
Давайте
Okay.
перейдем от юмора. У нас есть,
Humor on demand is a tough thing.
меняем условия.
But let's, you know, change the conditions. Don't be afraid.
Всё не так, как вам
It will be
кажется.
different.
У нас есть набор того,
We
что
have
наш
a
редактор
set
назвал мемом.
of things that
Короткие
our editors
видео.
called memes. Those are short video
Они известны, их уже кто-то использовал, их сопровождали
pieces.
текстом. Я
They were
призываю
used
вас,
somewhere,
если вы
and
знаете, забыть этот текст.
there was some text going with them, and if you
Если мы авторы,
remember them, just forget it.
По-моему, мы
And
все
if we are the
это
authors of that
формировали так,
text,
чтобы это были не
I think we chose them so that it's not from you. Yeah, okay.
Отлично.
And I often see pictures, you know,
Я хочу предложить посмотреть вам на
done by me, being sent to me as memes.
и глядя
Okay,
на него,
let's have a look at one or two
как в него
of those
вставить
clips
заголовок
and
из ваших статей.
decide on how we can integrate your title.
Тизер, слово которого ты не знаешь.
Can we
Готовы? У
turn
нас
it
с вами
into a
остались
teaser, the
буквально
word that you don't know?
минуточки. А покажите
Okay.
нам, пожалуйста,
We have just a couple of minutes left. Okay, show us one of our memes.
Смотрим на экране.
Смотрите, у меня везде...
камера.
Я ничего не вижу.
Не видишь?
Нет, и тут камера.
I don't see anything.
Так, я поняла, что вам его было видно плохо, но у меня
I understand you saw it.
Давайте.
You didn't see it well, so let me give you that video, that meme.
Упал кот.
The cat is falling.
так, упал
Он
кот.
пошел смотреть всю коллекцию фотографий.
Всю
You
коллекцию.
want to see the whole collection of your photos. Just look at the cat.
ЦБ связать.
Давайте.
Не, ну я бы мог...
It's hard for me to connect this with cybersecurity. I could create something as, you know, Netcat is down.
Навернулся
Да.
Netcat is down.
Только он почему-то...
There are no Black Cat.
Сейчас хакерская группировка самая такая опасная. Black Cat она
The
называется.
most important hackers group currently is Black Hat.
NC, да.
And there's a utility, Netcat, NC.
А вот это необъяснимо.
Okay, so why is the cat down?
Ну, она правда навернулась?
It's impossible to explain.
А, это преддверие.
Это же экспром.
Я поняла тебя.
Ah, it was just
Ну, и у меня ассоциация, конечно, с черной
an
кошкой.
impromptu.
К сожалению, она тут белая, да? Из какой-нибудь очередной
Wow.
хакерской атаки этого Black Cat. Они очень...
I would, of course, if it was Black Cat, I would associate that with the Black Cat group.
Ты мне будешь заголовки для Сиклаба писать.
Okay,
Спасибо, но не буду.
Black Cat's hair got white because of the stress. Okay, yeah, that's a good one, actually. Okay,
Зрители увидят.
should I show you the second one?
Посмотрим второй. Я вас
Okay, let's have a look at the second one.
Коллекцию.
в свою коллекцию.
I'll let you into my collection.
Зрители все это дело видят, а я показываю вам.
That's your clutch, that's your brake, that's your accelerator. All right, let's go.
О, боже
Ну,
мой,
типа-
кошмар какой.
Я бы сказал, что типа пользователь обучает фишингу, да, в компании.
Yeah, say that the user being taught about the phishing in the company.
Я бы придумал что-нибудь на тему.
And of course, he doesn't get it.
ВБ никуда.
And I'd say that IB automation is important.
Сиденье.
Там ребенок?
And the kid in the chair, was there a kid? Yeah.
Характер, да?
Well, this suits us also.
Ссылку, не кликай на ссылку, не кликай.
Don't click on the link. Don't click on the link.
Буквально в этом
We actually had a research this year
людей обучают защите в компаниях фишинга, да, там.
when people were taught to protect the company against phishing, but and they pass all the tests. But in the real situation, the percentage of phishing attacks being effective is the same. So
Надо только...
training your personnel about phishing is not
Ну, на самом
doesn't
деле
work.
это работает.
Ты сейчас можешь...
well. You need to use electricity. Okay, I have some ideas about using electricity. Well, it depends on the current.
Дело в том, что у нас с вами полчаса пролетели незаметно, и пора
So
закончить.
half an hour
Поэтому я даю каждому
You
из вас
buy
5 секунд.
unnoticed, and each and every one of you has 5 seconds to do a call out to your audience to become your subscribers or your readers. That would be a teaser. You can use electricity now.
Ну, смотрите,
Okay, let me start.
грянет киберапокалипсис, да, и чтобы...
When the cyber apocalypse begins, to survive, you need to read me and be subscribed. That's it.
Ну, шанс...
So I subscribe, and then I survive. Well, your chances are 100 times higher.
Хорошо.
Yes, that's important.
Мне кажется, половина уже пошла. Вторая половина.
I think one half of the audience is already subscribing.
Я поняла.
Okay, for you,
Если вы хотите посмеяться,
if you want to have fun, come to me. And if you want to survive, go to him.
Аудиторию между
So this is how we split audience between Security Lab and Alexei Lukatsky's Telegram. Dear friends, we had Alexander Antipov, chief editor for Security Lab, not a media,
не блогер.
not a media, and not a blogger, not an influencer, even though he permitted me to call him an influencer, and Alexei Lukatsky. Don't forget their names, subscribe to their resources, and you'll know a lot of interesting things. And of course, don't switch channels. You'll learn